today, as our audience filed in, each person found a handwritten note on their seat with positive messages like "You're beautiful" or "Never forget how amazing you are." What inspired our experiment? An incredible girl who turned a bad experience with bullying into something good by posting positive notes just like these.
My name is Caitlin, I'm 16 years old, and I'm a victim of bullying. Somebody had broken into my Facebook and written a really mean message on my Facebook.
The profanity-laced message wasn't just mean, it was disturbing. Someone wrote that Caitlin should die.
And I just remember thinking, this is horrible that somebody would do this. Wow, this is really scary. But I wasn't gonna let this overwhelm me because I knew that, life had to move on. And, if I live my life in fear, I'm never gonna get anywhere. My inspiration to overcome this bullying came from online when I had seen a similar story about girls putting up Post-it notes. And, I thought, this is really simple, why can't I do this? So I decided to write positive messages on Post-it notes and to stick them to every locker in my school. The response to these Post-its was fantastic. I mean, seeing people walk down the hallways and just be amazed by it, it was beautiful. I really just wanted to show people in my school that bullying happens, things get you down, but there's always somebody there for you, and there's always, a light at the end of the tunnel.
Please welcome Caitlin Prater-Haacke. Caitlin, such a pleasure to have you here. I was watching you watch that piece. What was going through your mind as you watched that?
I think just, joy, but also a little bit of sadness, just figuring out what happened and moving forward, and it was a really beautiful piece.
It was a beautiful piece, but I want to go back to that day when you read that note on Facebook that said you should die. What was your reaction?
It was just devastating from the beginning, and but it was also fear too, because it had to be one of your peers in the hallways, and to know that you're walking down the hallway and the person who did this could be standing right next to you, but I may never know. It's hard. It really is.
Were you ever able to figure out who did do it?
No. Well, there was a formal police investigation, but they closed it. They couldn't find out who it was.
So you could have turned this experience into something that destroyed you, possibly. Instead, you saw the positive. You said, I'm going to do something positive here. How did you come up with the idea of the Post-its?
I was on Pinterest when I'd seen a story about these two girls that had done it in the U.S., and I thought, this is so simple, and, I can do this. I want to do this. So I had gone out and I bought 800 Post-it notes, and I wrote these messages on them, and I was so ready for the next day to take them in and stick them to all the lockers.
And you went to school early. Your dad drove you in early so you could make sure that you got them on and no one saw you do it.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Well, I was there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I wanted it to be anonymous. I wanted to be able to walk down the hallway and see people's joy, but not let who did it take away from the joy of the Post-it notes.
So how did people react?
It was amazing. People were crying, people were laughing and smiling, and it was just, it was something my school needed. We needed to realize that, bad things happen, but we don't have to let it be negative all the time.
I know that school officials didn't react as positively.
At first, yes. My school had taken them down, saying that they were littering. But, even though there was a negative, it did work out in the end. They did decide to go forth with the day, and, they really are supportive now, but maybe not the best reaction from the beginning.
I think it's a terrible reaction, to be honest with you. They should have celebrated what you do and worry about the bullying, not worry about the Post-its, the littering. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'm glad they've come around, but...
Yeah, it really is. And I think the funniest thing was I had done this last year, written over vandalism in the washroom, put "You're beautiful," and they told me to find a better non-permanent way, and they suspended me. And so a year from now, I found a better non-permanent way, and it was a questionable moment, but yeah.
Okay, well they've now become very positive about this, which is a good thing. Someone in that school sent you that note. Put that note up on Facebook, that horrible note. If you could say something to them now, what would you say?
I think I'd say that, even though they did do something questionable, I'm a forgiving person. I forgive them, and they need to maybe work on themselves, but know that I'm going to be there for them too, and everybody really is there for them. And you don't have to be negative. You can always turn it around, and apologies are accepted.
You've got amazing leadership qualities. You really do.
Thank you.
I think you're a very impressive young woman. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up, a criminal prosecutor, but I
I know who you should go after.
I decided about a week ago that I would like to be prime minister along the line. So
I get the first interview with you then, okay? Is that a deal? Is that a deal? Okay, well, that's going to cost money. That education is expensive.
Yeah.
The people at Post-it Notes were so impressed with your creative solution that they wanted to do something for you, okay? So they asked me to put a Post-it note on your chair. It's actually on the pillow. You want to turn the pillow over? Yeah, there you go. Can you read out loud what they wrote?
We at Post-it Brands are giving you a 1-year supply of Post-it notes. 50,000 opportunities to spread positivity. In addition, here's $5,000 toward your future goals. Oh my goodness.
You know what, Caitlin? Thank you for teaching all of us a lesson. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're so proud of you. Thank you, sweetheart. For more information on bullying, go to meredithvieirashow.com.